CherishingFlo fam? Welcome back to my channel. We're all about self-development, love, positivity, being a girl boss, and everything in that vicinity. So, in today's video, we are doing a kind of just a girl chit chat slash story time slash tea time. The reason I'm calling it tea time is because I'm drinking tea right now. I was talking to a friend of mine and we were talking about my entrepreneurship journey, and she was asking me what was my worst client, and that brought me to a situation that happened fairly recently. Well, not that recently, but recently enough. And it was of my really bad client, and I realized that I learned a lot from that situation, and it actually paved the way for where I am in my business, or how I am in my business, I should say. And because of that, I thought the story was worth sharing with you guys. This is not a regular time for me to be posting on the channel, and I'm super excited to be trying to post even more. I'm not going to guarantee any videos but the videos on Friday, so please listen to me when I'm saying this. I cannot guarantee any of the videos but the ones on Friday, but I will try my best to shoot some out on other days and give y'all extra content, as much extra content as I can possibly do. But anyway, let's get right into the video. So let me think. I'm trying to figure out where to start. I guess I can start from how I got this client. So she reached out to me on Facebook and was asking me about what I do, my business. And originally we were talking about me being a writer because I'm a freelance writer. And we were talking about me being a writer for her ebook that she wanted to create. And that's what we were talking about. We were discussing how that was gonna go, my prices, yada, 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 yada. And then somehow, you know, she was taking a long time for the ebook for her to actually want to start it. And so then she was like, well, I see you're also a social media manager. I kind of need that too for my blog and the business that I want to do, yada, yada, yada. So I was like, cool, that's awesome, that's amazing. I was super duper excited about it because she seemed like she was going to be one of my real solid, good, long-time clients because we vibed really well on the phone. The first couple months, you know, I get the contract, and the first thing that happened was, the first red flag was she wanted me to pay 50% less than what I usually pay for the first 3 months. And normally that's not something that I do, that's not something that I offer, but I really wanted to grow my clientele. I was really trying to get this business up and off the ground. So I was willing to do that for the first 3 months, and then we were supposed to come back to discuss it. Now I'm thinking that, you know, we're coming back to discuss it, and we were gonna, you know, if things were going well, then we would go to the regular price. We gonna get there. As time is going forward, we're moving along where, you know, she signs the contract, we decide to work with each other, you know, we're in agreement. First month, everything's good. She's growing on her Instagram, her Twitter, you know, Facebook, things are getting real or whatever. And then the second month, things kind of slowed down because Instagram's algorithms changed, and that was around the time that Instagram did that thing where they were like deleting all the bots and spam accounts, and they were like ghosting people's accounts and yada yada yada. So I was telling her, you know, I warned her, I said, you know, this is going to happen because Instagram is doing this and people are losing hundreds of followers in a day, yada yada yada. So I let her know that this was going to happen ahead of time. I let all my clients know all of the changes that is happening within social media whenever I hear about it, so that they can be prepared, so I can tell them what I'm doing about it, yada yada yada. And in actuality, she was losing hundreds of followers, but in actuality, you couldn't tell. It just looks like her followers, it just looked like she wasn't growing, because I worked so hard to try to compensate what was happening that literally her followers stayed within the same couple numbers. Like, it didn't really go down hardly at all. It came down maybe like 20. And then I worked really hard so it wouldn't come down as much as everybody. Like, I myself lost hundreds of followers, but she lost maybe 20. So there's that. And then the next month, things started picking back up again. But then the third month, she sends me an email and she's like, I haven't seen enough, you know, growth on my Instagram and on Twitter. And okay, so she said she hasn't seen enough growth on Instagram, and on Twitter she's seeing more of her retweeting other bloggers' tweets instead of her own content. And I said, okay. So then she was talking about Instagram because, you know, it went down, and I was explaining to her, okay, well, this happened last month, but this month you've grown actually a lot. You know, you've been doing a lot of consistent growing. You're not going to grow like 1,000 in a week. So, you know, you have to organically, at least not organically, and it's going to take some time for us to get to, you know, where it is that you want to go. You know, you got to give it a little bit of time. That's how marketing works. It's not overnight, okay? So then she was like, then she started asking me to do other things that were not a part of my job description. Now, I am a social media manager and a social media consultant. I help you grow your social media, but what I do not do is virtual assistant duties. She was asking me to have contact with her brands. She was asking me to email so-and-so and so-and-so. And I went along with this, but that was not a part of my job description. And when things started getting rocky is when she asked me to start, okay, so Facebook has these threads. Now, I didn't know about this until her, where you do page view, like view for blog posts. And what it is, you know, you have to go into people's blog, like you post your blog post and you tell them what you want. And then people go to your blog link that you left and they click and stay on your page, your blog page for 2 minutes, and they have to do that for 3 pages. Right? Like they have to stay on 3 different pages for 2 minutes and then click on an ad and then click on an ad within an ad to help people with their ad clicks or whatever. And I was like, and I'm listening to her, and then I went to the group or whatever to see what that was going to look like, and I did it a couple times, and there was like 50 plus people posting their links in there. So I have to go through 50 plus people's things, and like it's 2, 4, 6, right? 3 pages. That's 6 minutes. Plus clicking ad within an ad. Now 6 times 50 is how long? Like, and I was sitting there thinking like, this is a lot of time. And you're only paying me half of what I'm supposed to do with the hours that I put in for your Instagram, your Twitter, and your Facebook. I have to actually manage your social media on top of that. It's not my job. I'm not your blog booster. Like, I'm not your blog promoter. Like, my job is your social media. And so I was like, and so I told her, I was like, she wanted me to do it like 5 days out of the week. And I said, I can't do that. I can't do that. And I agreed to do it 2 days out of the week. She was like, can you do at least 3? I was like, no, I can do 2. Like, that's when I kind of like put my foot down. I was like, I can do 2 because I already have to do all this other stuff and I cannot put so many hours into this one client, and you're not even paying me what I'm supposed to be getting paid. I cannot afford to put all that time into you, and you're not even paying me what you're supposed to be getting paid. So then we roll around to our rediscussion. And she, first of all, she gives me this long paragraph where she's kind of like, she feels like I'm not giving her ideas to help her figure out how she's going to do her business. She wants me to help her edit her videos. She feels like if she's going to pay more, then she wants me to do more. I was like, I'm already doing more than I need to be. So I was like, so I'm sitting there listening to this, and I'm starting to get really frustrated, because before I was getting like slightly annoyed, but I was cool. I was like, whatever. But at this point, I'm starting to get frustrated. I'm kind of being like, you already not paying me what I'm supposed to be getting paid. And then she was like, then I told her, I was like, I was telling her, I was showing her, I mean, like, I gave her website on website on website. I was showing her Facebook groups, everything. I was like, what I charge, my normal price is less than what most social media managers charge. That's first of all, especially to do all that you're asking of me. Like, you're asking me to put in a lot of hours and you're not even paying me anything for real. So I'm just like, I was like, you're not, like, what you're paying me is nothing compared to how much work I'm putting in. And I was like, I said, and I understand, you know, you can't afford something, then it sounds to me like you just can't afford a social media manager. Then you're asking me to do stuff that's not my job. You're asking me to do stuff outside of my job description, and then getting upset with me if I'm saying no. I do not have to do virtual assistant duties for you. I am not your assistant. I am your social media manager. I am not your business consultant. I am your social media manager, which means everything that I revolves around Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and helping grow those sites. That's it. Period. Nothing else. I'm supposed to help grow those sites to help lead to your blog so that you can get more traffic to your blog and stuff eventually. But my job is not to strictly be promoting your stuff, because then she was like, oh, you're not doing this on your own personal profile or whatever. I said, what the freak would I be doing? This is another thing. Like, she's asking me to do this stuff on Facebook threads for my own personal profile. And I was like, why would I waste my link droppage on your, like, so then finally I get frustrated because I'm working on weekends for this woman. I'm working late nights because I don't have the time to do it during the day because I do a whole lot. Y'all know I be busy. So I'm just like, so then finally once she tells me, you know, she feels like, you know, she's paying me too much to do what I do. I kind of was like, look, you want me to do this, that, and the other. and you're hardly paying me enough to pay for gas money for the month. Let's just be real. Like, what she was paying was monthly gas money. That's what she was doing. Barely, to be honest. If you only use your car sometimes, that's what she was paying me. So I was just like, I'm sitting there looking at her like, there's no way that you really think that it, and so I'm explaining to her, I'm like rambling all over the place. That's how you know this video is not playing. But I'm like, explained to her, you know, most social media managers charge this much. She's like, well, you know, I've looked it up and what I'm paying you is right around the realm of what social media managers get. I was like, there are people out here who are making full-time income on social media management. There's no way that that could even be possible with what you're paying a person. Like, it literally had me confused. I was like, what do you think that I do? Like, I don't just post up and get off. Like, that's not what I do. So I'm just like, I'm breaking down to her what I actually do. I broke down to her how much time it took me to do what I actually do. And I told her already that based on what she's asking me to do and how much I'm getting paid less than $5 an hour to do the jobs that she's asking me to do. Not to mention the answer in the email. She wants me to come up with all sorts of different marketing ideas for her business that she ain't even started yet. She wants me to help her learn how to do YouTube and edit videos. She wants me to do this, that, and the other. And I'm sitting there like, are you dead? And then when we were talking about raising the price, she wanted to raise the price by $20. I was like, bro, like, are you for real? So she started saying that she wanted to do weekly themes or whatever. And we were having a conversation via Facebook, and she said, what did she say? Oh, she was like, she was telling me she wanted to do weekly themes, and I was asking her because she told me what the theme was for the next week on like a Thursday or something. And so I was asking her if she was gonna tell me what the theme was every week on Thursday. And then she was like, you can see the theme on my Instagram, yada yada yada. Did you not go to my Instagram to look? First of all, mind you, it was 6 o'clock in the morning when we were having this conversation. It was later for her, but I had to explain to her, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. I don't just wake up and get on your profile. No, I didn't look at your thing. Because at first I asked her what the theme was for the week, and she's like, you can see it on my Instagram. And I was like, I just woke up. I was just asking you a question. Before she even answered the question, I went and saw it, and I was like, oh, that's the theme for the week. Cool. But I was like, if me asking you shouldn't have, you know, caused an attitude. So then we're continuing to talk, and I was like, I said, okay, so am I going to expect the week from you every weekly? She's like, well, if you can see it on my Instagram, why would you not expect it? Then she just started kind of having an attitude, and I was just kind of like, I'm just waking up to all, no, I didn't even get to go, what was I doing? No, I had just woken up. I don't remember if I had just woken up or if I had never went to sleep that night. I don't know, but all I know is too early for all that nonsense. I know that much. And so I'm sitting there talking to her, and I was like, I said, first of all, I'm just asking you if I can expect the theme from you every week on this day, or if it's going to be on Fridays, if it's going to be on Sundays, like if there's going to be a specific day when you let me know what you want the weekly theme for your Instagram to be. And she's just like, she said, well, I just don't understand why you would need to ask me that. I feel like I'm micromanaging you. I said, no, first of all, me asking a simple question like that is not you micromanaging me. Like, she was wet. Like, when I tell y'all, she was way out of pocket. And then she started sending me paragraphs about how I needed to be able to handle things on my own, and she shouldn't have to tell me what to do. I was like, all I asked you was, will I expect? And I kept saying that. I was like, all I wanted to know was, are you planning on telling me the weekly theme on like, what day of the week can I expect to hear that from you? So that's what I can be on the lookout for, because I don't have time to be checking my phone every day, every day, like every hour, to see when you're gonna send me the theme. So just tell me what day that I can be looking for it. You know, like, I thought that was like a common question to ask, and I'm sitting there asking the same question, like I'm not even being disrespectful or out of pocket. And then she's like, you know, using the exclamation points and the bold letters, and I'm just like, you mad, like. And I was starting to get real frustrated, like, you know, to the point where I was just like, let me put this phone down. I kid you not. Now, y'all may think that I might be over-exaggerating, I may be gassing it, whatever, but I can guarantee you, I called 3 different people, talked to my mother and my boyfriend. I talked to my mentor, I talked to my best friend, I talked to my other best friend, I talked to my boyfriend, and I talked to my mom. And my mom, my boyfriend, everybody, they'll tell me if I'm wrong. All these people that I asked them because I wanted to see if there was something that I did not see, so that they could tell me. I asked someone, like I said, I asked my mentor, I asked one of my friends who happened to be in the same business as me, who happened to also be a social media manager, so she knows what it takes to do the job. I asked my boyfriend, who's been here, seeing me work day in and day out on this woman's account, I'm literally working her account as if I'm working 3 people's account. That's how much time I put into her account. And I asked my mom. My mom is very honest with me, very, very honest. It doesn't matter if it hurts my feelings or not. Same way with my other friends. So I'm asking people because I'm genuinely wondering if I'm wrong. When I read the messages to them, I ain't just tell them my take on it. I read the messages, I screenshotted and sent messages. I wanted them to see exactly the conversation. They're just like, why is she yelling at you? Why is she so out of pocket? Like, she's being mad disrespectful. She's talking down to me as if I am an idiot. And I was like, okay, so I'm not tripping. I'm asking all these people. Nobody yet has told me that I was tripping. The only person who tried to give me a different perspective was one of my friends was saying, well, maybe she's stressed out. Maybe she has a whole lot going on. Maybe she's overwhelmed and she's taking it out on you. And while that's a valid thing that may have been happening, I don't really care. Like, I feel like if somebody is doing like work for you, helping you grow your business, you need to treat them with the respect that they deserve. I didn't disrespect her even during this conversation because I don't get out of pocket when it comes to business. I gave her respect and I was like, well, I was like, I just want to know, you know, I'm being honest, I'm being respectful, and she wasn't. She was not being respectful at all, and I can't deal with that. Like, that's a thing for me. Like, when it comes, I can deal with a lot of stuff. I dealt with all her foolishness, the stuff that she wanted that she should not have been asking me for, her demanding more out of me than what I deserved, all that. I dealt with it, but I can't deal with disrespect, and that's something that I just did it. I can't do it. But from all of this, I learned a lot of lessons. And that's why I wanted to make this video, to explain to you guys what those lessons were. And if you are an entrepreneur, you're somebody who's about to be offering a service, or you're offering a service, these are things that I learned literally from this experience. 1, do not negotiate with your price. You can do a month trial where they pay less, but only a month. And they can see what you do. If they don't like it, and they can move on. But after that, they have to pay your regular price. There's no $5 up, no negotiating. No, you're going to pay the price that I deserve to be paid for the work that I am putting in, or you can go find somebody else who will take you a little bit of money, a little bit of chump change, period. That is something that I have learned. And since then, you know, I have been very, very like concrete, and it's actually helped me a whole lot. People have a lot more respect for you that way. They don't take advantage of you. I think that was probably the biggest issue, is that I let her get away with things that I shouldn't have, and I let her ask more of me than I should have been giving, and that allowed her to keep asking for more and keep asking for more and keep pulling until there was nothing left. Second thing is, don't allow yourself to start doing things that are not in your job description. If you do not offer a service, don't offer that service. Don't start being like, oh yeah, sure, I'll do that for you, or I'll do this for you, and I'll do that for you, just because that person is asking you. If you don't offer it, if you're not comfortable doing it, don't do it, period. Basically, what I learned from this experience was to stand your ground. Know what you offer, know how much you're offering it for, discounts, payment plans, know all of that. Have your ducks in a row, and anybody who cannot fit into those parameters, they cannot work. You can't deal with them. And this is once you get out of the pro bono stage. Like, if you're somebody who's doing pro bono, then you do pro bono. But if you're at that stage where people are paying you for your services, stick to your guns, stick to what you know, stick to what you're comfortable with doing, and don't let anybody squeeze their way into getting you to do things that you're not comfortable with. And demand respect. You can be professional and respectful, and also be assertive. And that was something that I wasn't doing at the beginning. And then when I started doing it, then all of a sudden she's just like, well, you should be doing this, and you should be doing this, and when we first started out, we were doing this, and that was my fault. I should have been just as assertive in the beginning and firm in my word as I was towards the end. And so this was a client that I ended up firing. I told her that I no longer wanted to work with her, that I cannot work under these kind of conditions where I was not being respected for what I was doing, because I was doing good. I really was. And I put in a lot of time and effort, and I did way above and beyond what I should have been doing and what was listed in my contract to do. And so that's another thing. I was like, if it's not in your contract, then you're not obligated to do it. They need to look at the agreement, make sure that that's what they want, and then that's it. Don't ask me to do nothing else, period. Unless, you know, something that you're really comfortable doing and you can add it into the contract later. So that's the lesson that I learned, and hopefully, you know, I feel like I rambled a whole lot. I do that a lot, y'all. I ramble. But hopefully you guys, you know, got the gist from my story and you understood. And if you are a social media manager, a social media consultant, or a freelancer of any kind, I really, really, really feel like this could help you. But even if you're not, if you're an entrepreneur, this story could be beneficial to you. You know, stick to your guns, be assertive, but be respectful. Be sure to be respectful and professional. That's something that 2 years ago, I wouldn't have been able to do. She would have talked to me like that and I would have been like, beep, you feel me? But like now, I'm a lot more professional. I can talk in a much calmer tone. I can just be like, you know, ma'am, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, that's pretty much the story. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you have some scary stories from your entrepreneurship journey, if you're currently in the middle of a scare story with your entrepreneurship journey, be sure to share those in the comments below. If you guys would like some advice or something, a way to deal with something, how to deal with a client. I know it can be hard when, especially like, what if it's like your first client and they're a horrible client and you know, you don't want to let them go because they're your first client, but self-care and mental health, that's more important than anything else. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please share, like, and comment, and subscribe. Subscribe, you guys. Subscribe. And get all your friends to subscribe, and let's share love and all of that other stuff. I want to grow the Cherishing Flow fam. I am super duper excited to do so because I know we're going to do so. Right? Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.